Hey, so in this video I wanted to go over some of my favorite nonfiction books that I've read. I'll go ahead and just get started. So book number one will be As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. This book really means a lot to me. It'll always hold a special place in my heart because it was really the first nonfiction book that I really got into that meant something to me. I was doing Taekwondo for a couple years and I was like literally the karate kid there. I was the first one to show up, I was the last one to leave, and he tasked me with, cleaning up the building and whatnot. And so I was mopping and I was in his office one day, and of course I was peeping game on his bookshelves. Just looking at all the different books that he was reading, or at least owned, I came across one that looked like a pamphlet almost. It was a little pamphlet of a book, and I pulled that one out. It looked like something I could just check out real quickly there, and it happened to be As a Man Thinketh. When I saw the title, it instantly made me want to read it, and it really changed my life and my viewpoint on things and gave me a lot of motivation. And when it comes to how I think about things and how I think about myself, and I think that was the most important message within it, really on controlling your thoughts in a way, and how a lot of emotions and negativity and things like that can stem from the mind. For someone like me, it helped a lot, especially at the time. I should probably reread it because I still struggle with this today. I think I always will, but this was a book that meant a lot to me for that reason. It was really a motivation towards success in anything I did, and also just, I'll always remember this quote, which I think it originated from Rene Descartes, but this book kind of expands upon it, which is, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." But I mean, it's a quote. I believe it's also in the Bible. It can be found in many places, just like a lot of wisdom quotes or quotes around Stoicism can be found by many philosophers of the past, and even philosophers and teachers before them as well. Book number two on this list is The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I recommend this book to anybody. It's such a good book. I think it teaches something very important, which is just, the power of your subconscious mind, but also just what that actually is and what that means. I think it's important for everyone to learn about that. It really explained advertisements to me. At least if, taking in this book and what it teaches, it made me understand the power of repetition and the fact that even if it's something that you're not consciously paying attention to, there's a part of your mind that is hearing it, picking it up, recording it, remembering it somewhere. And the more it's, you hear it and the more you see it, and the more opportunities for it to maybe pop up in your mind as an idea or something like this. So I think this book, and it has so much more outside of that, but just really the overall message I remember from reading this was the power of programming, essentially. And just thinking about like growing up as a young kid and the themes that I grew up watching over and over, and the repetition of things being implanted into your brain. Also the power of affirmations, and what those can do, the power of believing in yourself, creating beliefs in your mind, creating these rules in your mind and sticking to them, holding to them, even breaking down old beliefs that maybe don't serve you or don't help you through life. A lot of spiritual elements in this book for sure, but again, I think it's a very important read. For me it was, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The third book on this list is The Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz. This book is another one I would recommend to anybody. Definitely leans on the spiritual side of things as well, but it's really great, I think, for teaching valuable lessons around relationships, and of course love itself, in the romantic sense, and in general, like love in general. This book was profound to me. It definitely changed the way I see relationships with people, and also just life itself. A great read, I think, for anyone. Yeah, love this book, no pun intended. Book number four on this list is Quiet by Susan Cain. This book was really good when it comes to learning about introverts and extroverts and like where that comes from. The extensive research that this book goes through is very impressive and very informative. I really appreciated this book a lot, and I think if you feel like you're an introvert, even an extrovert could get valuable information out of this for sure. But I do think, especially if you're introverted or see yourself as an introverted individual, I would recommend this book for you, absolutely. I think it's a worthy read. I learned a lot from it. I also appreciated her recommendations in the back of the book, fiction stories you could read that center around a introverted individual such as Jane Eyre. I also watched the movie Howard's End due to her recommending that as well, or the book or story, but really just because I saw that Margaret Schlegel, like we shared a last name, I was like, oh wow, and it had Anthony Hopkins. I actually did enjoy that movie. It reminded me of like Downton Abbey, like Gilded Age vibes. It was good. It also helped me a lot with public speaking as well. She gives really good tips on public speaking and just rituals or practices you can go through before public speaking, even though I'll be honest, I don't really implement any of them. But applied knowledge is always more important than gaining the knowledge, right? So I should probably start doing that. But great book. I recommend this one as well. So the fifth book on this list is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. This one is definitely a spiritual book. As you can see, if you haven't been able to tell yet, that I do like reading about spirituality and philosophy in general, things that really help open my mind and expand my mind. This book really helped me when it comes to being mindful and just recognizing who I am beyond the negative thoughts or maybe doubtful thoughts or just any times of storms going on inside. Really helped bring peace to me, and I learned a lot of practices and things and ways to look at things as well that could help me in life overall. So great book. And the sixth book on this list is going to be Owning Your Own Shadow by Robert A. Johnson. This book is a difficult read, not in length. You can actually get through it really quickly, but a lot went over my head. I had to reread paragraphs multiple times, really sit and think about it. Definitely that kind of book, but I appreciate it a lot for going really in depth into the psychology of there being good and bad within all of us, that paradoxical nature of our own psychology, and especially when it comes to religion and just our own habitual actions and ways of thinking as human beings. I do think recognizing that shadow part of ourselves is important. This book helped me self-improve and just help understand my own nature, and again just open my mind to another way of thinking about things and seeing things, especially the psychology in people and paradoxical nature of life in general. So a great read as well. The seventh book on the list is the most recent read out of all of these, and you'll quickly see why. And this book is The INFJ Writer by Lauren Sapala. And right off the bat, I'll say, like, you definitely don't have to be an INFJ to gain from this book at all, or any of the personality types. Like, this book has really great tips and exercises after each chapter and prompts that can help you write, find your strengths, help bring out emotional depth within you, just help bring out a thinking process within you to help you get started on writing. And it definitely helped me find where my strengths lie when it comes to writing, at least right now. I also appreciate that she shares a lot about her life too that I can relate to, and great tips. Just everything about this book I appreciated, and I'm glad I read it. And this serves as a study guide even for me today. If I ever feel like I need to go back and kind of revisit things, I can easily do that. For sure, sensitive intuitive types, for you MBTI nerds out there, would definitely appreciate this book and relate to it. Another book I'll mention that I don't have with me at the time because I lent it out to somebody is called Be Here Now by Ram Dass. That is probably my number one favorite spiritual philosophical book of all time. It's so unique in the way that it is to be read, the way it was written, the illustrations in it, all by hand, all by Ram Dass, and it's just a beautiful book overall, beautiful message, and I love it. It's definitely one of my favorite books of all time. So these are just some of my favorite nonfiction books that I've read so far. Curious to know what kind of nonfiction you may read, if you read any nonfiction books at all. Have you read any of these books on this list? Please comment down below if you'd like to share. Appreciate you being here as always, and I do wish you the best. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Book number 4 on this list is going to be Quiet by Susan